New twist on the Amazon story. An organization called the Job Creators Network putting up a billboard that we have on our screen now in New York City's Times Square. And the billboard blames Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for Amazon getting out of town before it even came into town and ditching plans for a second corporate headquarters in Queens, New York. Ackman Ziff, Managing Director, 2020 Trump Advisory Board member Jason Meister is our in-studio guest this hour. And this is kind of splitting local Democrats, which is interesting. We'll see how it plays into 2020, the Amazon story. And now you have this group, at least, trying to make it known to the public that AOC, the Congresswoman, should take some blame here for jobs not coming into town. What do you make of that strategy?
I completely agree. It's very unfortunate. Look, she killed 25,000 jobs at $150,000 salary. She's telling everyone across the U.S. that is in the tech business that we're closed for business. I mean, this is terrible. New York City is the center of the universe. We should have these jobs. Amazon should be welcome here. She talks about $3 billion, how she's going to spend that money. It was future tax credits. Well, it wasn't
money to begin with, which was the thing. Everybody criticized her for saying that. People in her own party, and I think this is the larger point here, they said, well, you can spend the $3 billion somewhere else, was essentially, it sounded like what she was saying. And then she came out, I was reading her Twitter feed last night, said, no, I got that from the beginning. I understood what was going on, but the issue here is different. She says that the community wasn't consulted enough. You know, they were condescending. She points to Wisconsin, where the Foxconn thing fell apart. And the jobs were promised and never delivered.
It's terrible. I mean, most of these jobs would have went to minorities. She's done more damage to her constituents, to her community, than any Democrat that I know in recent history. It's really it's abolishing to me. It's an abomination to me that this could happen in our city.
So what do you think of the actual strategy? Because you can have this debate without saying it's an all or nothing, but some people say this whole idea of tax incentives to individual companies is not the greatest strategy. Maybe we should just have lower taxes. The argument goes across the board for everybody and not single out a winner or a loser. But then in this case, what happened was, you ended up with nothing.
Yeah, look, I think that it's fair to have a debate like that, but this is not what happened.
No,
this is incompetency of politicians that have no idea what they're doing. They don't understand how the economy works, how the private sector works, how tax incentives work, and the fact that, you know what, unfortunately, because New York State is a high tax, high spend state, we actually kind of need an Amazon to get a boost in the arm, okay? We needed these jobs. We needed the tax revenue. Our tax revenue was down, I think, $2.4 billion. Cuomo, de Blasio, they wanted this deal to happen. They had an AOC problem, and it's hurting the city.
Right, and now Amazon has a decision to make, and it looks like they've already made it. It seems like, and they said, well, yeah, we're going to go forward, Northern Virginia. We got a good deal there. We're going to have a smaller project in Tennessee. But we did report earlier that Newark, New Jersey, which is kind of interesting for 2020 as well, because you got a Democrat there that used to be the mayor, it's a senator for New Jersey, and Cory Booker, who's all for this now. Yeah. So he's not in the AOC wing, I guess. I wonder what happens. Maybe Amazon gives Newark a second
until he is in the AOC wing. He's voting on the new Green Deal. We'll see what happens with Newark, but I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon goes to a more hospitable state, a state that is not a high spend, high tax state.
Or they don't have to go anywhere, really, right? Anywhere new.
Right. No, that's true. They have Virginia, so they can do that.
And they have obviously their headquarters in Seattle. But people, I think, were missing the point in that. It's like, well, Amazon needs this. Well, Amazon was choosing to do this, and they can do other.
That's right. De Blasio said that Amazon missed out. I think that couldn't be further from the truth. We missed out. Okay, we should have been more hospitable, and we should have hopefully had them come.
All right, Jason, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Jason Meister.